Welcome to the Excel Purpose Show with Karms Fung.
Today we have Amanda and Nguyen, the creative alien. Let's go.
That's me.
Wow. Okay, so this is what happened, right? I vibe off energy, and the last podcast guest I had on, I saw you like one of our posts, and I'm like, who is this girl? I clicked on the profile in IG and I slide into your DM. That's what happened.
I know. And you literally sent me like the shortest voice message of my life. And you're like, in? And I'm like, heck yes, I'm in. I've never met you, but let's go. I'll chat with you.
So neither of us know where this is going to go, but I feel like it's going to be fun. So I do know a little bit about you, that you came from Canva, yeah?
Yeah, ex-Canva. Yeah.
So how long have you been working there, and what were you doing before? Because that's a pretty cool company to get
I
in.
know. A lot of people say I'm crazy, but I'm like, you know what? You're crazy if you don't leave your 9 to 5 and go and explore the deliciousness of the world.
Okay, so where did you come from? What did you study? How did you get in?
Yeah, no, oh my
What were you
gosh.
in there for?
Let's go back because I think I'd love to give people context, of
Yes,
course, what I
please.
do, right? So I all right, I'm gonna rewind, but remove all of the childhood trauma. Okay.
We can go there.
We can if we like to. We can. So I went down the traditional route. Like, let's be real. Grew up Vietnamese refugee parents, loved them to bits, migrated to Australia. So all I knew was go to school, go study, get a job, work 9 to 5 for the rest of your life.
Okay, so
And
you
now
got the usual drill we all got. All
yeah,
right.
of course.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, man. I grew up in Western Sydney, like Southwest Sydney, and I got whooped as a child. Anyway, I digress. But so going into uni, I had no idea what I wanted to do. I actually got a scholarship to study civil engineering, like literally free pass to go
Oh,
in.
how
But
did you get
then
that? My dad is a civil
oh my
engineer.
God, amazing. I've always had this like love for, I guess, infrastructure, the way things are built, systems, but in a creative way. So I didn't know where I could play. I know that if I wanted to become an architect or something designy, my parents would murder me. So I'm like, oh, civil engineer. So I just wrote a little
Yes,
application
I
and then
agree with you. I want to dig a little bit deeper on that. Before I do that, did you apply for the scholarship yourself?
yeah, I did. I did. Yeah, I wrote like a full application thinking that it was the way to go. Yeah, and I got accepted. It was very easy
You
for
got
girls back then.
accepted, but
Yeah.
you didn't take it up.
No, because do you know what happened? I was like, yeah, free pass to uni. I don't have to pay hex, nothing.
Right?
And
It's like
then
free money,
I
man. What were you
know,
thinking?
I know. And then I was, you know what? My inside my soul, do you know what it said? It said, nah, it's too hard. Let's just do business instead. So
I can't believe you did that, because
last
it's
minute,
not easy to just get
no, free
a
pass.
sponsorship free pass like that.
4 years, all free.
Yeah,
I
that's
know. I know. That would have
you're breaking
interesting.
everything here. I'm
Oh,
like,
interesting. And it
no.
started at a young age though. Like I was a natural creative, but my parents were like, no, no, you can't draw, you can't paint. And I'm just like,
Okay, hang
I
on.
love
But
them. Go
you
on.
applied for this thing. You
I
applied, you
did. I
got
did.
it, you didn't take it up, and you
No.
took up business?
Yeah, I just did a Bachelor of Commerce and I'm like, okay, like let's see where this goes.
What did your
Um,
parents say?
They were like, why didn't you do engineering? Like you studied 4 unit maths, you did all of the right things. As and I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, but I'm like, mum and dad, like I think business will be good. It's easier. It's like, it's okay, like I got this. I'll figure it out. And I told them that I was gonna be an accountant.
No, that is what I did.
And
What?
then, can I tell you? And
Oh,
I will share this gladly. The first semester that I studied Accounting 101, I
yeah.
failed. I got
You,
25 out of 100. And I'm like, wait, what? I thought it was maths, but it's different maths. This is
yeah,
word maths.
different numbers.
This is words with numbers. I don't do words. It was
Oh,
numbers.
okay.
Yeah.
So you went down the route of Asians are
Oh,
good at maths because we all think we
100%.
are, and
Clearly
we're
fucking
meant
not.
to
No.
fulfill that mold. And so you did accounting thinking it's numbers, and it was boring numbers. I get
Oh,
it.
mate,
I was thinking
I
that too.
was shocked. I also
Oh,
did it twice and I failed twice. And look, girl, like my uni degree, I have no idea. So look, I went straight into the workforce though when I was young. I did
okay, wait. So
retail.
you drop out of
No,
accounting
absolutely not. I had to get that P's, get degrees, man. I had to pass. I had to make myself pass.
Oh,
But
okay. So
yeah,
you
look,
fulfilled the Asian criteria. You didn't
yeah.
fail.
No, no,
You
no.
forced
I
yourself
eventually
to.
passed. It took me a
Okay.
while. I did like Spanish for a year whilst I was there to break up the boring business
Oh, I
studies. But I
see.
specialized in human resources. So I guess this is where the trajectory of my journey started.
Wait,
Um,
hold on a minute.
yeah,
So you
sorry.
decided to take up business
Yeah,
and then you went HR.
yeah, because it was the easiest. Yeah. For my
So this whole
brain.
time was about, okay, what's the easiest thing
Oh,
you could do?
100%. The path to the
Okay.
least resistance, like I'm there.
All
But
right.
I was working full time anyway. Like I was working full time. I was studying uni at night because I really just wanted to finish my degree. But I was working in HR. So, to give you context as well, I deeply believe in experience, if anything, to stack my skills and my knowledge. So I did a 6 month unpaid internship at like a fashion recruitment agency just to get my foot in the door because no one
That's
gave me an
very
opportunity.
non-HR, okay?
I know. It's why I went straight into recruitment because it was the fastest way for me to grow.
Nice.
But that helped me in my career. Like I was
Was that
cleaning the
fun for you?
toilets. Sorry?
The 6 month internship in the
I
fashion?
was the only intern that stuck it out for 6 months. Everyone left in 2 weeks. Are you kidding me? I was cleaning people's cars. Like I was clean. I didn't even do any skills that helped me practice for the role. Oh shit. I hope no one
Isn't that
listens to this.
funny? Why did they do
Anyway,
that to us in the real world in
oh,
those
look,
internships?
mind you, everyone that's listening, this was 16 years ago. Okay, 16 years ago. This wasn't recent. This was when I first started my career. So I did the hard yard. Like I just knew and felt that I was young. I was a teenager. My parents have taught me my whole life that hard work pays off. You have to put in the grunt work. And of course, I just sucked it up. I was like, cool, do you need like go clean the car, Amanda? I'm like, sure. I'm sitting there in the sun cleaning the director's Audi TT. Oh, I remember in detail. She's like, Amanda, go get me lunch. I'm like, okay, ma'am. Yes, I will. I need that 6 month letter of recommendation so I can get a fucking job. And I did. I did it.
I'm all with you because even when I went to Hong Kong for holiday every year, I used to do that when I was a kid.
Mm.
And there was 1 month when I just dedicated the entire month in an accounting firm, and they taught me nothing about accounting. And
Nothing.
all they did was got me to type these numbers in
Oh
their
my God.
records. So the only thing I learned now is I can close my eyes and punch in the numbers
Life
with
skills.
9 digit.
Life skills.
Yeah, just to get same thing, just to get that letter of
Letter
recommendation. I thought that was going to
recommendation.
help me.
Like, if anything, we have grit.
Great.
I'm able to stick it out anywhere, man.
Yeah, agree. So what
Yeah.
happened after that? Did you get
Yeah.
a job that you wanted with sticking it out for 6 months?
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's where I first started getting my foot in the door into world of human resources. Like that's been my background for maybe 1 or 2 years then. And then I found a niche inside human resources called learning and development. And that's where
Mm.
I've spent the past 15 years of my life. So that's basically the
Oh,
in what
okay.
I do. Yeah, so I deeply understand how people learn within an organization, how people learn in general, how they leverage their brain to achieve certain goals, to maximize their performance
Okay,
in
that's
what they do.
exciting. But when did
Yeah.
the Canva move happen?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Just wait. It's a long journey. It's a long
Okay.
journey. Okay, it's a long journey. No, no, no. So look, I think my whole career, I've taken a lot of sabbaticals. Like I think it was a lot of moments of me figuring out not wanting to be confined in 9 to 5, and I'll enter back into the workforce. So then I got to work at the iconic Shopify, really cool big names. And then my last full-time job that was really beautiful and delightful was, of course, Canva. It was the dream job. It was the everything. I really enjoyed working there, but a spiritual awakening, and then I left.
How many years were you at Canva?
Close to 2 years. Close to two
Okay.
years. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was a lot for me to leave. It was so comfortable. Like when I say cushy, I'm talking it was like the most cushiest job I've ever had in terms of RAM packages, the people, the benefits. It is exactly portrayed externally as it is internally as an employee. Like I genuinely loved
Wow,
working
that
there.
is exciting. Like you
Yeah.
did get the dream job and
Oh,
you
I got
still
many
quit.
dream jobs. I know. Hey, man. if I look at my whole career, I've had many dream jobs. Canva is just one of them. Like Lend was my dream company. Shopify was my dream company. The Iconic, like I've worked with some really cool companies, but I've always felt this inner thing inside of me that I'm meant to do more
Oh
in
man,
my
is
own
anything
way.
enough for you, Amanda?
Nah, nah, nothing. You know what? I'm gonna preface that we have one life. Go and explore all the freaking flavors before you die. And that's how I live my life.
Oh, I love that. Explore all the different flavors
Yeah,
before you
and the
die.
spices, oh my gosh, why? Like, why would I be tied down to one place? And look, I've always been marked as a high risk hire, but with love, like I come in and I make high impact, I do my thing. And then when I'm feeling that itch or when I'm feeling it's time for me to go elsewhere, to evolve and to learn and to grow, I'll definitely take that chance on myself. So I do. So was leaving Canva the most craziest thing? Probably not so much, because I've done sabbaticals before. I've quit my job before on the spot. But it was sad to leave a place where I knew the old version of myself. If the old version of Amanda loved that 9 to 5 and loved that stability, I would have been there until I die, really, like to be honest. But it's just inside of me, I just knew that I had to do more for the world in my own way, in my own
How old
voice.
are you now?
I'm 34.
Okay, you look really young. You
I'm
look like you're like in your 20s.
Oh my
Okay.
God, thanks, girl. Why, thank you so much.
Okay, before we jump into the after stuff,
Where
let me
else do you
just
want to
hold
pick?
into
Mm.
the you working in these different dream companies first,
Yeah.
because I think there's a lot to learn here for other people. Most of us will only dream about working in these iconic type places that we go, other people will get into these places. They
Yeah.
labels brands that we probably buy shop in, and we're thinking, nah, they're not going to hire. Like people wouldn't even try.
Yeah.
What gave you the confidence to be like, yo, I can just work at Shopify or Iconic?
Honestly, I have no idea how the heck it happened. I'm gonna be honest, but I think in actual reality of the data that I've created for myself in my life is that I put myself out there to collect the skills that I need to then position myself in these circumstances and opportunities for me to do the thing. So, for example, right, I spent probably 2 to 3 years building my skills in learning and development, doing end to end and understanding where I'd like to play and specialize in more. So, for example, right, like finance is pretty big, but inside finance, there's your micro crafts that you want to specialize in. And for me, I always really loved the deep learning of employees and leaders within the organization. And that's very niche. Like, that's really understanding their journey and how they build the skills that they need to do their best work. And from there, I then just crafted my resume around that. And this is my magic. Like, this is where I can come in and be creative and craft really awesome learning experiences and products for your organization like this. And there is something about the power of not just showing your work on paper, but visually, but with your voice in videos. And I've learned that early in my career that the more that I use my voice in reaching out, sending people a voice message, sending them a video instead of like a resume, that works tenfold for my character and also for where I'm at and gets me the opportunities. And it's also who you meet along the way as well. I am always very mutual with people, with all of the relationships that I meet in terms of a work sense, because you never know when they come back in the future. And it's happened so many times for me personally, but opportunities come up. And if the opportunities isn't there, shoot your shot, reach out and ask the recruitment team. Go and ask the people that you already know or may not know, or reach out in your network. Like you just don't know. I found my next 40K pay bump for a job when I was working $45,000 a year, right? I was probably 21 at the time. I was slaving away in like a coordinator admin role. And I'm like, fuck, I need a pay rise. I'm paying my parents' mortgage. I'm living off $50 a week. I'm working full time and I'm studying full time. I'm living off nothing I worked on the weekends as a nail artist for my auntie's nail salon. Vietnamese, of course, my auntie owns 10 nail salons, just saying. But I sat there on the weekends, worked from like 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., meeting so many people. Did I know how to do nails? Freaking no. My auntie taught me and I just learned it. And I'm like, yeah, cool, doing freaking shellac, everything. I met this woman. She came in and she was talking to me and she's like, oh my God, your English is so good. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just working here and helping my auntie out. But I work full time in learning development. And guess what happened? She was like, oh my God, I work in learning development too. And I'm like, let's connect on LinkedIn. Literally 6 months later, I saw a role at her company come up as a learning development consultant. And I just messaged them like, hey, I don't know if you remember me, but I did your nails in Riverwood. Can I go and apply for this job? I have the experience. I think I'll be suitable for the role. She locked me in for an interview. I then, it wasn't because I already knew her, but because I had evidence and proof of the work that I did. I brought in samples back then. I printed out all my samples, things that I've done, walked them through the journey, and I got the job and I got a $40,000 pay bump when I was like 21 from
I
45 and
feel
because,
like
yeah.
our journey mirrors so much that it's really funny. So
Great. We're all reflections of each other. I'm just saying we're
yeah,
all one.
so I also got that 40,000 pay bump around that
Yeah.
same age.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was
Shoot
on
your
like
shot.
40 something, I think it was 46,000 or something like
Ah,
that.
yep.
And
I was
then I
on
went
45.
to 70 something. Okay, so maybe 30 something thousand,
Mm.
right? But yeah, it's like that jump, it's a huge in percentage.
Oh my gosh. And as women, we need to negotiate our
Yes.
pay even more as well and to fight for the right of our pay. Like look, in my industry, like I'm gonna digress a little bit, but women in my industry, we get underpaid quite a bit. And I learnt very early on that if you don't negotiate your pay, you're not gonna get the pay that you desire. When I was at that 45K role, I was actually on $43,000. And
Mhm.
at the end of the year, they gave me a letter and they're like, oh my God, you got a pay rise, $2,000.
Yeah, yeah,
Do you know
yeah,
how much?
exactly. What's that
Do
gonna
you know
do?
how much
Buy a few more apples.
that makes that's $2 extra a fortnight. I'm gonna let everyone let that sink in. That's peanuts compared to you moving to another role, tasting flavors of the universe, and get yourself another role that values your skills even more. Oh my gosh, I can't even. Ugh.
Tasting flavors of the universe. That's what she was gonna get
100%.
out of this.
Yeah.
Um, by the way, I lived in Riverwood. That was like my first.
Hey, you might have seen my auntie there. Visited her stores there. She sold it now, but she was there.
Oh man. Okay, awesome. All right, so after you've quit Canva and you were doing your
Mm.
own thing, what was that journey like?
Well, I've always been doing my own thing, but dipping my toes in and out. I think like any full-timer, right? 9 to 5 person, you have this idea on the side and you start freelancing. So I started freelancing probably 4 years before I was working at Canva because I was still dipping, doing full-time work and freelancing on the side. So it was a lot and I was burning out quite a bit, of course. But yeah, when I left Canva, I made a decision to go all in on my business, but that only lasted 2 months. And then I went back to do some contract work for a not-for-profit organization, which was really nice. But after leaving that, probably last year, November, 2025 would be the first pinnacle moment in my life that I am going all in everything, in my business,
What was the period
100%.
between you first left Canva and then the 2025?
Oh
Was it?
my gosh. Spiritual awakening, coming out of my spiritual closet and going through a lot of unlearnings. I think I've never in my life had to unlearn so many ways. I think for my whole life, like 30, I guess 33 years of my life of unlearning everything to redesign the person that I am today. Blah, blah, blah. I'm dyslexic, by the way. Sorry.
Specifically,
So
I struggle too, don't worry.
so everyone, if I blur my words, even when I'm running workshops, I just roll with it. I'm like, hey, it is what it is. I grew up like this, and I didn't find out until recently that I was dyslexic, and it makes so much sense. Anyway, um, specifically the journey of just learning, coming back to self. Because my whole life, when you sent me that questionnaire around what are your core values,
Mhm.
I had to reshuffle my values, and that did a big toll on my life. I prioritized family first, I prioritized friends, and then career, and then basically my list was prioritizing everyone else before me.
Yeah. What
And
what value did you go from and then to?
yeah, so like I said, family, friends, what else did I have on there? Like career, wealth, everything like that. And I didn't have self. My dog ate my values. I had a sticky note on my list, and those values were there for like years. She actually ripped it. I'm like, oh crap, it's time for me to redo my values. So now it's self. That's my only
So you
value.
put yourself number one
Yeah,
now.
that's my only value. Everything else is a bonus in my life. Yeah, it
Oh,
took me a lot
that's
to
beautiful.
yeah, because it's self-love, self-care, self-compassion, self-trust, all of the selves. And if I'm pouring so much into me, I have overflow to serve my people.
Others. Yes.
Correct. Yeah, that's it.
Uh, it's
Yeah.
so true. I
And it
think I
feels
was
great.
stuck in that feeling like, because I have a background where I feel like my parents abandoned me a bit. And
Yeah.
then ultimately I realized the thing that I'm holding on to is actually self-abandonment. That's the
Oof.
thing you're actually angry
Yeah.
about.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's finding that self-devotion again. Like, what does devoting to self mean for you? Like, it was a lot. Like, I'm not gonna say that my journey to healing was easy. I didn't bypass anything. There was a lot of
Tell me
difficult
about that healing
conversations.
journey.
Yeah, there was a lot of, I think once you start healing yourself and going on your personal journey, you change as a person. I think that's,
You do. What did you do though? Like I want to go deep with me because like I went through this too and it was really hard.
yeah,
That journey was like about a 2 year in a dark hole for me.
yeah.
What was it like for you? Like go as dark as you feel comfortable.
Okay, I'm an open book. I just don't know about your audience and how deep they want to
Don't
go.
take it.
Okay,
If not, it will
okay,
entertain
okay.
me.
Yeah. I'm gonna go really deep
Yeah.
because I think there's as much as you see someone for who they are right now, the joyous, the fun, the excitement, there's a journey to get to that state. It
Mm.
doesn't just naturally come, right? And how I am now with you is, of course, how I am with everyone in my life. But, you know, for me, it was realizing that all of the standards that I've set for myself, all of the conditioning that was placed upon me or that I absorbed growing up through other people's eyes of what success was, I had to redefine what success was for me. I had to redefine what my life meant to me. I had to redefine who I was on this earth. And after leaving Canva, I spent probably 1 to 2 months just doing things that brought me joy, like physical things that brought me joy, going to the beach more, swimming, taking it slow, spending time with my parents, spending time with my grandma. And then it got to a point of, okay, now what next? What do I do now? I, in
Tell me
terms of,
how it differed because initially you have family very high, right? So
yeah,
spending time with your family is kind of in the family. What was the difference in dynamic? Because I know the nuances probably makes a big difference. So what was
yeah.
the interaction like that made it? It's no longer family, but it's more on a self, you know, where I'm going?
Yeah, definitely. And the first thing was my nervous system. I didn't wake up in a panic anymore. I had time to just breathe into my day. I used to work like 9 to 9. The first thing that I do when I wake up was hop into a call. I'll literally roll out of bed, brush my teeth, and run into my laptop. Like that was my life
Mm.
for 12 years. That was my life every single day because I was working all over the place. But for the first time in my life, I was able to unplug and fill my days with creating core memories that will last me a lifetime, that will last my parents and my grandma and people that I love a while as well. So, creating core memories for me was devoting it to self. In terms of the personal rituals and practices, like, learning to meditate was a funny thing for me because every
I
time
went through that. That was really hard. Tell me
it was
how
very
you
fucking
got
hard.
into meditation.
It was very hard.
Yeah.
I'm ADHD as well, so my brain is chaotic.
Yeah.
When someone used to tell me, "Oh, just sit and meditate," I would laugh in their face. I'll be like,
So did I.
I
I
had no
did too.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I started small. I think it's about building habits, right? I think with
Mm.
anything in life, it's our mindset. So I started with 5 minute meditations every day, or every moment throughout the day, I'll have like this app that would just give me 5 minutes to just pause. And then it just increased over time. And then I
Oh,
found
you
myself,
actually tried to do it daily.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
you
I
were
had,
able to.
yeah. Look, I think as humans, it's practice. It's also habits that we build for ourselves. That's what I deeply believe in. And you can learn and do anything in life if you create evidence in your reality that you can pace the steps. This is learning science as well. So that's what I did for myself. I'm like, I'm gonna actually be
How many days
intentional.
of meditation did you kind of do
I,
whilst pushing yourself? I know it may not be like,
yeah,
okay, every day, because maybe you did a
no,
few days and then dropped off
yeah.
and then kind of came back. But more on an average trajectory, like how many days did you end up doing? And do you still meditate?
Yeah, yeah. Oh man, I've gone wild journeys now. It started 5 minutes a day and I wanted to target 30 days and I did that. But then afterwards,
Okay.
I found myself enjoying the practice. And so then I increased
Tell
it.
me about the enjoying practice part.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm going to give people some context because I
sure.
know that with logical people, we're like, why the heck are we meditating anyway? Why do
Okay.
I want to sit there and do nothing?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right? And instead of kind of like you, where you did it in the small increment, I'm a
Mm,
little bit opposite in this regard that I'm like, I'm just going to chuck myself in the deep end. And
I
so
love that.
from
I love that. You
I
can.
went to
Yes.
Vipassana and I did 10 days, so 100 hours
Holy
in 10
moly.
days, right? Because I'm just like, I
Lit.
can't sit there for like
Yeah.
even 2 minutes, but how about we just,
Yeah.
it
And
does, my brain is a little bit weird like that,
yeah, no, not
but
at
I will
all.
force myself to do weird shit like that just
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah, yeah.
push my own boundary.
Of course.
But it did feel like torture. And I know
Mm.
that
I get
And I
that.
know that if I was sitting here, even after having done that experience and I
Yeah.
got it changed my life. Now, if I want to meditate, it still is
Takes its
hard,
time. It takes its
even
time to get
knowing
there.
it. So, with someone that's in this position, that's like, okay, maybe I'll consider
Okay.
meditation.
Mm.
How do you get past this doing nothing agitation? And then where does it
Mm.
switch to actually become enjoyable? What is enjoyable about it? What
Okay,
is
okay,
enjoyable?
okay. This is something that I want to share. And this is something that I deeply value as well, is that the way that we express ourselves doesn't have to necessarily be by what other people's process is. So, for example, meditation doesn't necessarily mean that you sit still all the time and listen to a thing and sit and be with one. You can meditate through dancing, through drawing, through art, through singing, through cooking. So for me, another meditative form for me is being in the kitchen for 2 hours making a slow roast pork belly. And I sit there in front of the oven and I literally watch my roast pork belly cook, and it's so relaxing. The goal of meditation, and this is just my personal opinion, is to calm your nervous system. I have been in a 12-year burnout cycle where I'm like this all the time. My heart is like this. Like I wake up and I'm like go, 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 go. And I'm burning out in cycles and I don't even realize it. And I'm wearing all these masks and I keep on going and driving high masculine energy. Now, when I say high masculine energy, everyone that's listening, I'm not talking about, oh yeah, macho, big masculine. I'm talking about being in your doing. Sometimes we need to reverse that balance and go into the being. And being is just being with self, devoting time for you, doing the things that bring you joy to slow you down. Like, if anything, we're so lucky to have this life on this earth, right? Where souls having a human experience. So, what does that mean? We get to feel all, but also not burn ourselves out thin, because I know so many people, and I can see it from well way afar, whoever is masking their burnout, because I spent more than a decade masking my burnout. And it took me a very long time, 2 years, to see that and then to figure it out and be like, fuck that shit. I want to focus on me and just do me first before I give to others.
Okay,
It's
so your definition of meditation is more like slow down, be in the present moment, don't be
yeah.
so go, go, go energy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
touch your feet in the water, in the sand, in grass, in, I know as cliche as it sounds, and people like, go touch the earth. Like, truly, just be like, be observant with the things that are around you. Listen to the freaking wind, the birds that fly through, the animal. Like, it's so beautiful when you just take a moment. I'm not asking you to sit and meditate for 2 hours on a journey in kumbaya with the spirits. Like, you can, that'd be fun, but I understand that everyone has busy lives. They're either wearing a mum hat, a dad hat, a brother, a sister, a caretaker. We wear many hats throughout the day. But when you get to wear the hat of self, take a moment to nourish yourself with the things that bring you joy. It doesn't have to be sitting down still, but it could be just mindlessly journaling, not touching your phone, but going internally and like doing things that bring you joy. Origami. There was a moment where I was sitting and just
How
folding
did
paper
you
cranes.
switch?
How did I switch?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. In a switch with your book behind you. Um, my switch was sitting at my desk on the day of me resigning at Canva. I didn't know that I was going to resign. I looked out the window and all of a sudden there was just like this glow that came over me. It was like, wow, I need to do so much more in my life. I'm 32 and there's so much that I need to do. My parents, they probably have 20 years left with me, if I'm being honest, for us to create core memories.
Mm.
Why am I slaving away, spending so much time at work? And even like during that moment, I was getting married as well. And the process of planning my wedding wasn't enjoyable because I was just so focused on work. And it should have been the most beautiful process. Of course, my wedding was amazing with all our loved ones, but the journey to get there, like I didn't really enjoy, like it was a blur to me. That's how
Mm.
scary masking burnout is. I don't think people realize that your memories, there are gaps and blurs because you're moving too fast.
Yeah, you're
Slow
just getting
down.
through. It's just like ticking it off, trying to get through life, and you're like
Exactly. And
not
then
enjoying
what's
any
next?
moments.
No, and then what's next? Like I see people, even hoarding their shmoneys. Money should be flowing in and out. Go and enjoy. Don't sit and stand there and like, not buying the donuts because you buy the freaking donuts. Eat the donuts. Who cares? That
I think that too. It's like not promoting obesity
no,
or
no,
eating
no.
bad food or whatever, but I think this is how I see it, right?
Enjoy
Try
life,
to eat
guys.
like generally healthy, like for the sake of like your
Of
temple and
course.
vessel. But if you see the donut or you see something that you really want and you want to buy it, this is the point where you just enjoy the damn thing. Like enjoy the
Enjoy
whole
the damn
donut,
thing.
enjoy the cheesecake, enjoy the
Enjoy the
fudgy
damn thing.
enjoy the damn thing. Like, don't eat it and feel guilty. Like,
No,
just
no
enjoy
guilt.
it. Go
No
eat the
guilt.
broccoli or salad the next meal.
Yep.
It's like there's no point eating something and half feeling guilty. Just
Oh, no
enjoy the
guilt.
whole
I don't
delivery,
ever feel guilty for anything
right?
in life.
Yeah,
No, yuck. Guilt is low frequency. We don't want guilt. We want enjoyment and
yeah,
just fun and being in the moment. Yeah.
that's how I feel. Yeah.
So that was the switch for me is sitting by my window. How funny. Mm.
Okay. How deep did you go in this spiritual journey?
Like, do you want galactic healing, psychic
Yeah, yeah,
surgery,
yeah, yeah.
psychedelics, or do you want me go down and just like, oh, cute spirit guides? Like,
No, no, the first one.
um, this is where I want to touch on the point of when you go and focus and devote your time to self, you're going to change as a person. And the people that you love and the people around you that love you, they have this version of you that's always stuck in their mind. It could be an old version of you, and it's hard for them to grasp the concept of your new change. When I went down this whole journey of discovering self again and really understanding what life means for me as Amanda on this earth, it led me to hanging out with incredible spiritual healers and quantum leapers and manifestors and shamanic, like it was a whole group of women that I just found that spoke my language of, I guess, enjoying life and I guess seeing me for my soul. I think that's a very different thing when people look at me and they see all of like the labels, the achievements. Yeah, cool, but I want you to see me for my soul, the depth of it, and having those deep conversations was so different for me to the people in my life. And so I signed up with this energetics mentor, and she invited me to, of course, all of like her healing sessions. And I'm sitting there, X 9 to 5, in a room of 100 people, and they're kumbayaing with their hands, and I'm just like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
It's weird, but
Yeah.
it's beautiful in its own way. Like, but I felt so seen. It was great. So
So
imagine.
we're comfortable weird.
I love it. I love it. I think it's great. Light language, light healing, whatever it may be, whatever
Yeah,
modality you believe in, right? But
yeah.
I think the scary part for me was after coming back from a 4-day event where I was so high,
Mhm.
so high on life, so high on the spiritual souls that I met that I can talk this weird, cool, wacky, woo-woo stuff with. Coming back and integrating into reality of my home and my husband. Love him. Been together for 18 years. We
Wow,
love life.
congratulations.
Thank you. And we've done a lot together in terms of our journey and our growth, right? He is what I call still in his spiritual closet, but he loves my perspective in life now. Like we totally are in agreement and alignment in life. But 2 years ago, when I did go on that journey, he looked at me and he's like, Amanda, who are you? You've completely changed. Like, I don't understand this. Are you doing black magic? Like, are you becoming a witch?
Oh my
Like,
God, this is too funny. Like
and then,
for
and then,
someone to see you going through that journey in a intimate space is weird. Because
and
family and stuff, you can sort of keep them at an arm's length,
oh, it
like
gets
with a
worse,
partner.
Calms. It gets worse. My husband then told my brother then told
Oh
my
no,
parents,
they went
and
through
my
the
whole
course.
family thought that I was going into a cult,
Yeah,
becoming a witch, playing with black magic and candles in the no. And
yeah.
to preface everyone, spirituality to me is self. Finding that inner wisdom, inner, not outer, everything is within and then portrays out. Anyway,
So did they try to have like a exorcism on you or
oh my God, everything. It was so funny. I reflect back in that moment in that journey with my family, but we've gone through a lot. We've done a lot to get to where we are today, which is openness and forgiveness and just accepting me for who I am.
what?
And along the way, I got to awaken my brother and go on journeys with him. And along the way, I got to awaken my husband and go on journeys with him. So
Oh,
it's been
wow.
very beautiful and sacred. And, I think these some of the things that has happened, it's just it all makes sense. I chose this family in this lifetime. The people that are in it, the karmic ties through to finished ties, whatever, and however you want to perceive it. But I'm with my
I
people.
love it how you just like, I'm following you, by the way, in terms of what you were saying, but you're
Mm.
saying the lessons you learn in such a casual throw
Yeah.
that like it's like I'm with you, but I think people need to like understand what that really means. Like
Yeah.
almost every line that you throw out, it really goes to show how far you've come in terms of that journey. And I swear, guys, the listeners, if you're listening to this and it sounds woo-woo, I would say really listen to it because every line Amanda is saying, one sentence is probably months of to get to that sentence,
True.
right?
Yeah.
So don't try your best to not just throw
Look,
it away as
of
woo-woo stuff
course.
because it like I went through the same very similar journey and it
Mm.
is tough. Walk me through your when you say awakening or
Oh,
enlighten,
yeah, yeah, of course.
what does that mean to you? What happened?
Oh
How
my gosh.
what does it mean when you go awaken your brother
Yeah,
or your husband?
conscious.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
just means that you've been wearing foggy glasses for your whole life, and all of a sudden you see in 4K definition. Like that is the best way for me to describe it.
Yes. Go lower, more
Okay, okay,
human
okay,
language
okay.
for me. So when they are going foggy, what are they seeing? And then
Yeah.
when you in 4D,
Specifically,
what are you seeing?
yeah, specifically for me, the relationships that I had around me, I had a lot of people who were not in my life for good reasons. And it took me a very long time to see things clearly that they were using me, abusing me, taking advantage of me in terms of, time, money, just the way that they show up. They would only show up in my day when they wanted something from me, and I thought that that was what true friendship was. So I lost a lot of people along the way, but I welcomed people who saw me for me. Like, I want you to think about this way. Wouldn't it be amazing to wake up every day not wearing any masks, not trying to pretend to be someone, not trying to dim your voice or dim your light and just be you and be seen for you? That was the most powerful thing and liberating and just loving thing that I got to experience now and today and moving forward. So now, when you are conscious, I guess you can call out bullshit in 2 seconds. I think that's the best way to put it as well. Like, I am probably more vocal now in using my voice and my power. And when I say power, it's my boundaries. I now set so much clear boundaries around me so people don't take advantage of me. Just because I'm nice and quiet does not mean that you can take advantage of me. Like, I built my life and my career. Like, I run 4 businesses, I run a consultancy, I also do and help. Like, there's so many things that I do, but this ecosystem that I built for myself is based on my devotion to self, knowing that I have clear goals in my life and what I want to achieve. The woo-woo and the magic and that spirituality side is just a piece of me that allows me to express my soul. So I'm now speaking and I'm now sharing and working in a way that is my truest expression. Like, I don't hide things. I don't diminish my light just to make others feel comfortable. That was one of the biggest, I was a huge people pleaser.
Give me
And
an
that,
example of that.
yeah, for example, if I were to, let's say, I had a ex-friend who would only come to me for to emotionally dump her shit onto me to make her feel good. And what I did in that moment to make her feel extra good was I would then share with her the shit things that were happening in my life. So that she could feel good that, oh, Amanda's struggling as well. But really, I wasn't struggling. I was really enjoying my life. But I knew that if I shared with her that my life was really delightful and delicious right now, that would hurt her and make her upset. But is that my problem? Probably not. There's probably a lot of inner work that she needs to navigate through and make clearer decisions to break out of that cycle. So, if there's anything that I would love to share with people is do shadow work.
Okay,
In
wait, before the
Oh, sorry,
shadow
go
work
on. Oh,
part,
okay.
um, there's a lot to take in for the
Okay. So,
listeners here, right? So let's pause for a moment.
yeah, go for it.
If they are in this position and they want to
Mm,
be separate the difference between what's being a good friend, because friends
mm,
are there for each other, right?
right.
Even when they are not just the times when they are going through good stuff, but the
Yeah,
times that they are
of course.
missing,
Both.
depressed, going through
Hmm.
sad stuff.
Hmm.
How do we differentiate what's a good friend and what are the friends that, in your example, it's like, okay, they kind of throwing the negativity on you, and then you feel like you also have to bring out the negative stuff so you can
Mm.
both be
Simmering in low
following your shit.
frequency.
Right?
Oh
Yeah,
gosh.
yeah, yeah. So how do they make this differentiation first?
I think I think there's another layer to that as well, and it's understanding the patterns of your friend. I think this friendship that I had was 20 years, and they did not change over the course of 20 years. Whereas for me personally, I go through change very quickly. I think as humans, we need to evolve, and that involves making decisions in life every day to pivot you in different directions.
Okay, yes, I agree with you. But
Yeah.
however, do you also think that at any moment we are always only doing the best that we can, right? With the resources that we have?
Yes.
Yeah, so our friend here
Yeah, go for
that we're
it.
putting on the table. Well,
Go
I
for
don't know
it.
the friend, by the way.
No, don't. Yeah,
I'm
no
saying
one knows her.
like
No,
for the
it's
listener,
fine. Or
in case
them,
they
or
think
him. Haha.
like I know something. No, I don't.
Yeah,
I'm
go for
just
it.
saying this person here that we're talking about, um, they are also just doing the best they can with the resources they have, right? So when do we know to go, okay, we're going on a journey where we can pivot faster. Maybe we can try and uplift them or try to educate them because they don't have that level of consciousness or awareness to be moving up, to be ascending up their
Right,
consciousness ladder,
right.
right? When do we know to try to help lift them up, or it's just like actually everyone go on their own course, they in their own time, so it's it's like they are just going through their stuff and it's okay to separate so that we can ascend quicker on our course.
Yeah. But I also believe that if we choose to change, we can change as humans. So, for instance, in this friend situation, she's been coming to me with the same problem for years.
Okay.
That
So
that's why.
how do you call it out though? Maybe they don't realize they're
Oh,
talking
I have.
about it.
I'm very straightforward. I think something about me now and removing and eliminating my people-pleasing trait. I say it as it is. I'm like, hey, like I've already shared my piece. I've shared my piece of advice that you asked for, but yet you're in the same pattern and cycle again. So what are you going to change? What are you going to do about it? And of course that triggers them and then they get upset, right? But I do it
Yes.
in a kind way, of course.
Right.
But this is a thing. And then it makes, and this is where I
Then this is
question
where we cut it
myself.
off, right? Because now
Correct.
it's like we've done our, because if we,
Correct.
I think this is where we go, we've done our part first, we haven't. Because if we haven't, we weren't able to voice it, then it's like, of course,
Yeah.
they just kind of keep saying it and keep saying it because they think we're great listeners and we love their inviting them in
Yeah.
our
Yeah.
space or
Of
something, right?
course.
So that's our fault, right? But the
It is.
moment we bring it to their awareness, it's like, okay, I heard that
It's
50
uncomfortable.
times now. Like,
It's
and
uncomfortable. Yeah.
right, and we've given you the advice and you've done nothing. Now we have done our part, right? So
True.
if they doesn't do anything, this is where we consciously go, I'm going to draw the line here. This is the boundary line, right?
Boundaries,
Yeah.
absolutely boundaries. Like, I think this comes to time, right? Like, you have so much time in your day. And I want everyone to really think about this. We have 24 hours in a day. We spend maybe like 7, 8 hours and we sleep. And then we also have our partners, our children, our whatever it is in our life. And then we have our friends, time to, connect with friends as well. Time is something that you can never get back.
Yeah.
Time is something that's so finite. So you can see where my journey and where I invest my time and value is. I want to create core memories with my family, first and foremost, because I wish to and I want to. I want to devote time to myself so I can do the things that I want in my life more. So when it comes to friendships, for me, I call in and I desire soul relationships.
Mm.
Relationships with people and humans who see me for me, not for this low frequency, like yes, we can learn and grow together, like that is yes, like yum, I would love to help you, you help me, and we're just gonna freaking vibe high and ascend
Yeah.
together. Yes, like that I love.
Yeah.
But 90% of the time it's mindset shifting, and
Mm.
that's something that I can't give you. You have to do yourself, right?
Yeah.
If you keep on going through the same problem again and again, the same patterns again and again and again, there's something that you need to change in terms of your decision making. And the evidence is there in your reality. It could be months that you might be trying to work through something with someone, or whether it be work, whether it be personal relationships, whether it be friendships, like these are the boundaries that you need to set yourself. Like if you do the next version of yourself, so let's say you're currently level 1 and you want to hit level 2 Calms or level 2 Amanda, what kind of friendships do you have? How do they show up every day? How do you show up every day? Are friendships meant to be easy? Are they meant to be this hard? How do you show up in work? What kind of like revenue are you pulling in? Or what kind of business owner are you? Or what kind of entrepreneur are you? Like these are the questions that I ask myself on a monthly basis. Some people do this exercise maybe once a year or once every 5 years. We need to learn our patterns and the evidence that's happening around us so that we can move to a more beautiful and lighter space. If people tell me that, oh my gosh, business is hard, everything, like, no, you can navigate it in a more soft way. You can navigate it in a way that makes sense for you. Like, there's so many ways to do one thing.
Yeah, that's beautiful, right? I think
Yeah.
if people are complaining to more than two people, you're not looking for an answer or a
You're
solution.
looking for a pity
You're,
party. I don't want to be part
yes.
of your pity party because it makes me
Nobody wants
sad.
to be the pity
It makes
party.
like
But that,
honestly, it makes me sad. And like I don't want to be sad. I want to help you make you happy as well, but in order to make you happy, you're going to have to make decisions in your life to move you out of that tunnel. And this is the thing for the most successful people that you look up to on your social media, they have gone through the ringer. I guarantee you, if you go back and listen to their journey, they've probably went through the ringer to be where they are today because of that growth that they chose.
yeah, for sure. All right, tell me about the shadow stuff.
Oh, shut up. That's basically it in a nutshell. Just really understand where your patterns are and why it's happening again and again and what's triggering you. I think the best thing is write a list of things that trigger you, whether it be jealousy, whether it be like, oh my God, competition, or, why are you feeling like this? Why are you feeling like write all that down? And I want you to dig even deeper as to why that triggered you. Is it because you're not putting enough effort into attracting the right clients? Is it like, do you see what I mean? And it goes down to pattern understanding, and this takes time.
What was the last thing that triggered you?
Last thing that triggered me, um, This shows a lot of inner work that I've done. Not yet. Nothing has triggered me yet. I think not triggered, but has come up into my reality to make me go, ah, okay, I've grown from that. So I guess recently, in the past few days, it was, I um had some people that, were I think we're like, they said something about someone and I didn't really align with it. And for the first time in 2 years, I had heaviness in my chest because I really loved that person, right? I was like, yeah, but they're amazing. Like, they've helped me so much in my life. I don't agree with it. And I voiced it and it was great. Like, I think it's feeling into your body as well. Like that's for me, I wouldn't say triggers, but it's when things don't align to my personal values or don't align to me as my soul. I'm like, I'll say something. Or like, no, actually, I don't. But before then, I would be like, I'll go with it. And it's unfair. So for me and self, right? Like I think always stand your ground. That shadow work piece was very interesting. Like I think I spent the first 6 months of my 4K glasses to just really think deeply around the triggers that are around me, specifically childhood, like all of the traumas and the way that I talk to my parents when my mum would talk to me and I'll be like, oh, why?
Yes.
Like things like that. I think it's important to recognize what you're
When
feeling in
you
that
find
moment.
out, when you question yourself and you find out the why, then what happens?
I sit with it. I sit with it and I write it down and I'm like, why am I feeling like this? Like, why is it that my chest is heavy? Like, why is, it's close to my heart. And I'm like, oh, okay, so it's not in alignment to my values. It's not in alignment to how I actually see and view life or view that person or view their practice or whatever it may be. At the end of the day, like your voice truly matters. Your belief system is accurate to whatever you make it. And you don't have to always listen to other people. Like what I'm sharing with you today, Calms, and for whoever's listening, this is just my perspective. This is my reality. If you listen to it or don't listen it, to be honest, I don't really, it doesn't bother me at all. And nothing really offends me. It's just, yeah, I'm an open book. So yeah, there's a lot to unpack in that question with the shadow stuff. Like, I think it's a personal journey for sure because everyone gets triggered in different ways. Everyone feels in different ways. There's no right or wrong way. I think with any kind of journey, and this is something that I want to preface as well, there's no right or wrong way. It's what you choose to experiment and experience. And you get to define that belief system for yourself. Mm.
For people that is wondering what shadow work is, we're really just saying the stuff that you may be unconscious about that is bothering you and you don't know why. You're really getting to yourself, be conscious about what that is. That's what we mean, right?
Yes. And guess what happens when you don't address it? It keeps on popping up and you put it in a box and you keep on shoving it down. And then one day someone says one little word and you're
They
like,
just explode.
ah,
You're like,
like,
shit, I hate
yeah,
that tea. It's
exactly.
like,
Exactly. It's
oh
like,
my God, it's
freak it
just
out.
tea.
I
Shit,
know
I'll get
it's
you some
just
coffee,
tea.
man.
Calm down. Oh my gosh. But that's exactly it. I found myself going into those cycles. Like work, for example, right? Let's say someone frustrates you. It starts with day one and you put it into a box. You don't say anything.
Yeah.
By the time day 30, you hate them, and hate is such a yuck free. But that's the problem. And they literally drop a pen, and you're like, ah, like, no, we don't want to go there, you
Did
know?
you hear the way that pen dropped?
I know, like rude. But this is the thing. This is the thing. Like I think it's so powerful when you're aware of the way that you behave and the way that you react. Because guess what? The faster that you work through it, nothing will ever phase you. Like I have people commenting on my I do YouTube for my community and they're like, Amanda, this doesn't make sense. This is crap. And I'm like, cool, it's not for you. Like I used to be so hurt. I would sit in the corner and freaking cry. But I'm like, yeah, no, I don't, this is not for you, then it's
Okay,
fine.
tell me about the
Yeah.
creative journey. So, but once you start putting content
Oh yeah.
into social
The
media, whether
ether.
it's
Oh,
YouTube,
social
yep,
media.
IG,
Mm,
whatever,
mm,
and you get those hurt comments,
mm, mm.
what makes
I
you
love
push?
it.
What makes you push through?
This is how I see my business, and this is how I see my businesses and everything that I do in content creation. Treat it like an experiment. I treat my life like a lab. Like everything that I do, I'm a mad scientist and I'm just going to test. I'm just going to try it. What that does is eliminate a lot of the pressure placed on you that you self-place. It eliminates the perfectionism, which is where a lot of people struggle a bit as well. It eliminates the analysis paralysis. Have fun with it. Man, I'm like rocking out of bed with my hair a mess, no makeup, and I still show up for fun, for funsies, just test it because I want to test a piece of content. I've had people not show up to my workshops. I had people show up and then exit the meeting that I've planned for. And I've had over 100 people show up to my workshops and webinars. You won't know until you put the reps in and until you try. If you're able to put yourself out there for 30 days, you get data that you have access to assess and make more informed decisions moving forward. But if you don't even try to put something out there, you have zero data. I'm a very data-driven person, as much as I'm woo-woo crazy, hang with the fairies. But when it comes to business and when it comes to like really building a profitable business, data is your best friend. Without data, you can't make
Damn,
informed
how
decisions.
much profit have you made? Because I remember clicking out one of your posts and was relatively impressive.
Well, this month, I hit 115K cash, which is
Damn,
nice.
like that's a six-figure month. That's pretty wild.
Yeah, it's pretty
That's
delicious.
like someone's whole year.
Yearly salary, yeah. That's like close to one, two, like three times my 45K year when I was slaving away. Oh my God.
Okay, what do you
3 years
do
ago.
to earn that money?
Yeah.
Where do
I do
people
a mix of things.
begin?
Yeah, no, I do a mix of things. So, majority of my revenue comes through my consultancy. So I do a lot of work with B2B clients, so large organizations with over 1,000 employees as a minimum. And I go in and I build learning products and experiences for them. So taking my 15 years of learning development in, expertise, and now I do this for organizations. I also run a community for the learning development space globally where I run like sprints and sessions and have digital products that comes through as well. And then now I'm taking all of that and I'm helping women productize their brain in Learning Bakehouse, which is what you see here. And it's fun. So I'm just roaming around doing fun things. Oh, that's it.
So how does someone start on that journey? What if they want to jump on the Amanda crazy train?
The crazy train, yeah, my UFO.
What does
Come,
that
come with my
what does
UFO.
that journey look like?
Yeah, I think my first thing that I would tell them to do is have a clear idea of how you want to design your lifestyle. For me, I design lifestyle first, and my businesses fall through all the cracks. Um, like for example, my husband and I, we just sold everything in Sydney, our house, cars, and moved to Adelaide. Love Adelaide, and we're by the beach, and lifestyle is great. The spaciousness, I can have my own studio now and just focus on doing the things that I love. And then, so design the lifestyle that you want because everyone's lifestyle and what success looks like is very, very different. Success to me is being able to take 4 hours out of my day and do a lamb roast spit outside my garden and just sit there and watch my lamb roast. Like that's success to me because I have time to do that. So have a think about if it's a monetary value of your goal that you want, or lifestyle, time freedom, location freedom, whatever it may be. And then you assess your current skills and your knowledge to see where you can actually practice it and make a profitable business out of it. It might be marketing, it might be in a physical product that you've always wanted to do. But the thing is, regardless of whatever business it is, you put in the reps of building the relationships with the right people through to your content, but you have to create data for yourself to do quick pivots and moves. So, for example, if let's say you start off doing a branding agency, for example, and you're like, yeah, I'm going to do branding agency. I'm sharing you a real life example because that's what I did. Because I'm a creative, I thought that I wanted to be, open up a branding agency. So I started picking up some clients and I realized that I was creating a cage for myself to be on the tools. And I'm like, I don't want that. I want more freedom. This is not working. So then I pivoted. I then moved into, okay, so how can I help women productize their brains now? How do I do that? My first project, I then built, some solutions for this woman. And I realized that, oh my God, I'm only charging her such a small fee because that's what fits her budget. But what I charge large organizations is 10 times what I charge this woman. So why am I creating again another small cage for myself? So then I pivoted. So learning Bakehouse is an example of me evolving it over the past 6 months. What started as a brand agency is now an educational platform for me to serve women, to help them through short sprints. So I run sprints every 2 weeks, or every month I run a 4 week sprint to help them productize their knowledge. So I'm sharing with you my blueprint and my journey, so it can give you ideas as well, that you don't have to stick with one idea. But the only way that you can figure out what works for you and your lifestyle is by trying. That's basically it. Keep on going. Don't fucking give up. I'm telling you, don't give up. I grew up with no money, my family working super hard. My parents worked 2 to 3 jobs. Money narrative was a very hilarious thing in my household. But when you're your own entrepreneur and doing that entrepreneurial path, it's uncapped earnings, uncapped freedom, uncapped everything. You got this.
Uncapped learning. Isn't that what we all want? What did your parents say now? Do they know what you're doing?
Look, they think I'm like laundering money or something, to be honest. Let's be real.
She's doing drugs. It's all
Selling
in that
drugs.
spiritual woo-woo
But,
stuff.
like, they think I'm selling mushrooms on the side and kumbayaing. No, look, they still don't understand the grasp of what I do, but I always want to bring them on a journey with me. And this is the beauty of AI. I love AI. I'm better in all my practices. I taught my dad and my mum how to use ChatGPT and Claude. Yeah, I
Wow.
sat with them for one day, and I'm going to tell you how beautiful it is, because last year I worked with a not-for-profit, and I helped a community of 60 communities across Australia, migrant refugee women, to learn about AI. And that's something that I worked with the government on, and it was amazing. So that inspired me to take time to spend time with my parents, and I sat them down. I literally spent 6 hours with my mum and dad guiding them through in how to navigate their phone, in basics to understanding downloading ChatGPT, to change the topics so that they could speak to it in Vietnamese, to translate in Vietnamese. So once I got them to a point, I then sent ChatGPT a voice memo of exactly what I do, my mission, who I'm serving, my soul, my journey. And I'm like, translate this in Vietnamese to my parents so they understand. And my parents sat there and they were reading it and they were just crying because they finally understood what I did. Yeah.
That is so sweet. I'm so
Yeah.
happy for you about that.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so if
Yeah, it was a
anyone
lot.
want to know where to find you, what's the best place?
Oh, just come hang with me on Instagram. Just spark with Amanda. You can see my shenanigans behind the scenes of my universe in what I do. Or you can follow me on LinkedIn for more of like my B2B work. Yeah, whatever floats your boat.
Yeah, go check it out, guys, at Spark,
We
at Amanda.
Spark with Amanda.
Spark
Yeah.
with Amanda.
Yeah, on Instagram.
Yeah. All right, check it out. So great having you today.
Oh my gosh, that was like, I feel like we can talk forever.
Excel in life, live your purpose, be free.